All right, let's learn some more JavaScript today. Here's a bit of review what we did in our last videos. We made some pop-up boxes appear. The first one, just a confirmation, delivers a string message, which is just some text. And there's an OK button I believe we can press. And we also have a prompt where we can get user input. There's a field where user can type something in. We can also add a question to that. And eventually we'll learn how to respond to whatever they write in. We also had a little bit of experience about introducing to data types. We haven't used many other than for comparisons. We have numbers, which you guys are familiar with, strings, which are things we find in quotes. And remember, use single quotes, something I have to learn. And then we have booleans, which can be true or false, such as 5 is greater than 4. That's true. Or we can just default and use the words true or false if we ever needed to make a comparison as well. And we did some if-else statements with conditions inside the parentheses. And the way it works, if the first condition is met, right in here, this condition is met, right here. If that's true, 3 equal signs mean equal. So if 12 divided by 4 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, then this, if that's true, then this block of code would run. If not, we have a default, which is this one. That one would then execute. So let's try, open up a web page, create one, and let's try doing a few if-else statements. Write an if-else statement, just like the one we did in the past. If your condition is true, and you can use the one on the previous slide, it should print out the condition is true. Otherwise, the else it should print out the condition is false. So change the condition, change what's in here to be greater than, less than, what have you, so that you can print out the condition is true. And if it's not true, print out the condition is false. Test that both work. Once you have that working, go ahead and send me a screenshot and then move on. Now, when you're trying to fix any errors that you might have, if your program isn't working, that's what's called debugging. We got to fix our code. Now, a little bit about Java. The computer doesn't worry about extra spaces between words or brackets. It just cares about the order of where things are placed and that you have the right characters. It'll interpret parentheses, curly braces, and brackets differently. And quotes. If you're missing a quote, it can throw you off. So what I want you to do is add this into your code of your web page for a new if-else statement. So you'll need script tags before and after. And then fix it so that it works. Then send me a screenshot. Moving on, let's talk a bit about math, some of the math that we can do. The basic math symbols work just fine in here. Division, multiplication, subtraction. That's multiplication right there. So you can have this perform very simple, even powerful calculations. So if this were a math statement, 100 divided by 10, that would obviously evaluate to that. Jane, the length of Jane, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we add 5 to it, that would be 9. 5 times 3 plus 1. Remember, the order of operations is consistent in computer programming. So this would evaluate to be 20. So throw these in to the console and then have it print out that result if you can. Well, I take that back. Don't print that out. We haven't learned how to store variables yet, so we'll learn that pretty quickly. All right, let's troubleshoot this code. Add this to your program. See if you can get it to work. So it should mathematically come out to be possible, so that it does. If it's true, it will say this. The answer makes sense. Then you'll need to have an else statement here in case it doesn't. So when you run it the first time, if you haven't fixed what's in here, you'll get an error message. You'll need some code, console.log down here to say that's incorrect. That'll probably happen the first time. So if that runs, then you want to fix this code here and maybe add an if to some of the code here so that this evaluates to be true and this prints out. Now down here, your error message can just be error, error, error. Then go ahead and send me a screenshot of your code.